¿Esa es la tuya?
Sí.
¿La vas a ocupar?
No.
Okay.
Quick question. Anybody wants to do a public comment? ¿Alguien quiere hacer un comentario público?
No, hay un comentario para ocultar su nombre.
You want to make a public comment?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, we'll write put you in the list and I'll tell you when you're registered,
Okay,
okay?
just short.
You have 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going. You, anybody else? Last call? 3, 2, 1, last call.
What do you mean, like? What do you mean?
Básicamente, whatever is on the agenda that you want to talk about, like you want to talk about this next meeting or something.
Okay.
You want to make a public comment?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, last call. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Ysidro,
No, es que le iba a dar una silla a las traductoras.
yo lo anoto entonces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I just sent you a link to the PowerPoint presentation, so it should be in your inbox.
Okay, thank you.
Excuse me, where are the agendas?
Over there.
Okay, thank you.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Siempre con quién hacer panecito allá abajo.
Bienvenida, ¿cómo está? Creo que nos van a faltar así como para nosotros. Ahí hay uno que aquí sentamos al lado de ti en el Ruby. Hi Adriana. Hi. Buenas tardes. Hola, ¿cómo están?
Thank you everybody so much for coming. We're gonna start the meeting. Let's see, we have quorum. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have quorum. We're gonna start the meeting. So I got a gavel now, so now it's more official. Hello. So I call the meeting to order at 5:31. And now we're gonna do a roll call. For that, Marnie Levy Wilson, Adriana Castañeda, Alfredo Ripa, Alberto Pérez, Goyo Ortiz, Stanford Morrison, Rodolfo López Jr., Marcia Pérez Hinojosa, Alejandro Farias, Consuelo Delgadillo, Paola Redondo,
Here.
Roxanne Palestino,
Here.
Olga Espinosa,
Here.
Christian, here. So now we're going to move to item number 2, which is approval of the published agenda. I make a motion to approve the agenda. Do I get a second? So those that are in favor of approving the agenda say aye.
Aye.
Any abstentions? Any no's? Okay. For the minutes, we are going to postpone the minutes for the next meeting. And now we're going to go to the item number 3, public comments on matters not on the agenda. So I know I've already asked Rosa Almanza. You have 3 minutes to discuss the first matter. Then we're going to go to the second person that was Mr. Brenda. Is that?
Leon, Mr. Leon.
Oh, Mr. Leon. Then Mr. Gonzalez, and then you're the last one. Okay. So you have around 3 minutes to discuss about the quorum booking that you yes. Okay, time starts now.
Okay. You want me to? I don't have to stand.
No, whatever you prefer.
All right. My name is Rosa Almanza. I was born in San Ysidro and I live almost on the corner of Cottonwood and Cedar. And I'm here to discuss a little bit what a lady discussed last month regarding turning Cottonwood into a one-way street. It's a very narrow street and the parking is something else. But one of the reasons I wanted to make a comment was because that is the closest and the fastest route for the first responders to get to the clinic. So if they were to turn that into a one-way street, the most logical and safest thing is to have the street going up. I think it would be from south to north, so that the first responders can get to the clinic as fast as possible. They have to go all the way down to Alverson or Smythe. It's going to take them longer, and this is a lot more direct. That is my main concern. Going down from north to south, that's where we have most of the accidents because most of them occur right in front of my house. I have been sideswiped twice. We do not park out on the street. We park in our driveway, and so do most of the people that live. I live across Casa Miranda. When we moved into that particular property, there was no Casa Miranda. It was a very empty neighborhood, so to speak. There were no apartments, and the driveways are very narrow. So we have trouble if people park right up to the edge of the driveway for the service trucks to get in, but we need to have something done. So that's why some of us have had our driveways painted red on the corners. They still don't respect it, but we try anyway. And that's basically it.
Thank you so much. Now we're gonna move to Mr. Leon. We have 3 minutes. The floor is yours.
I gave 11 of these. I want to talk to you. My name's Leon Ben. I'm with the Citizens for Coastal Conservancy. And we are an environmental group based out of Imperial Beach. And I wanted to ask the board if I could make a presentation at the next meeting about the new EPA Lee Zeldin memo of understanding, which was just put out on July 24th. And so why that's important is because there are going to be new directions called minute orders that we, or you as the board, can make comment to Lee Zeldin and say, we are the board in San Ysidro, the most affected community by the sewage, and we want this, this, and this done. And what I would like to let you guys know is give you an opportunity. I would like to educate you upon what is in play and what decisions that we could influence to be made. This document is what was sent to the EPA 3 years ago, 250 signatures on this, and it was about the flooding and the ponding they wanted to put right at Coral Gate. This is critically important that you as a board understand the dynamics of what's going on, to educate yourself and the public so that we can influence the EPA by saying, the minute orders that we had were from 3 years ago, and Mexico has not carried through on any of them. So in looking forward, and the design that they basically put in was just started in November of last year. That's 9 months ago. They're not even at preliminary schematic design yet. We have the opportunity to change or to put our voice in. When we put these 250 petitions and letters, they did not listen. And so this is our opportunity to gather together as a community. And I would like the board to give me the opportunity to speak to you like I'm going to be speaking to you today about what you asked me to speak about last time, which was the stink, what causes the stink, and to educate you about that. And there is This minute order is going to be put in and redone in December. So this is the time where we need to educate ourselves, and then based upon what the board wants to do, then you guys can make a decision, but at least you'll be making an informed decision. And that's what I wanted to ask you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Leon. Mr. Gonzalez, the floor is yours now.
I'm trying to see if we can bring it to the board, doing a cleanup under the 905 bridge on Howard Avenue, and see if maybe the board can make it possible to let the council members know if there's any way they can make like a law in prohibiting motorhomes with homelessness near school, at least 500 feet away from the school. Especially you drive through under 905 on Howard Avenue, there's a couple motorhomes, you just park there with really bad condition, and I think it's a bad aspect, especially for little kids that are walking from the elementary school towards the trolley station, or vice versa from Southwest Junior back to their homes. And let's see if we can bring it up on the next meeting, and see if you guys can talk to the that can make that happen. And see if we can do a group so we can clean up that under bridge, but do it sponsored by us, the community. No politician, no council member, no, just us. We don't want to give credit to a person that don't deserve credit. All right? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gonzalez.
If I could, I'll speak on that when I do my.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Lazar. And then, let's finish with, Ms. Ross, Almaraz?
Almanza,
Almanza, I am so sorry. Ms. Almanza, you have 3 minutes.
about the parking situation. Okay, we have a tremendous parking problem, and I'm sure it's everywhere. I have it in front of my house. We had a car parked in front without moving for 7 months. All 4 tires were flat, the windows were filthy, and it's very, very difficult for us every Thursday when we need to put our trash cans out, and we don't have room for that because nobody moves. They come, they leave their cars there, and they get on the trolley. There's parking at the trolley. I don't know why they have to park on Cottonwood. The people that live and rent in the Cottonwood Miranda apartments, they have their own parking. They park on the street in Cottonwood. They use the bus, the red zone of the bus, and that's where they park at night. And it's not even older people. It is all the young people that are just too lazy to walk over to their parking and leave their cars there. They use Cottonwood. The lady that talked about Cottonwood Road had a good idea. I think if they were to do the same thing on Cottonwood Road that they did at UCSD for the same reason, the residents could not use the parking in the street because the employees of the hospital were parking there. So they issued stickers for the residents, and they put the stickers on the bumper, and only those residents could park on the street. The employees, we had to park far because I was one of the, when I went, they were already using the stickers. And on the side of the apartment, there shouldn't be any parking there, and that would really, really cut down on some of the accidents of Cottonwood Road. The street is too narrow, and the cars are much bigger now than they were back in the day when they built the, let's see, I think it was built around 1928 is when that neighborhood started. And it's not just Cottonwood, it's also Elverson, Smythe, and Sunset. Okay.
Thank you so much. Now we're gonna move to the next item of the agenda, which is the communications, announcements, special orders from elected officials and public servants. So, Mr. Lacarra, floor is yours. I will give you 5 minutes.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Carlos Lacarra, San Diego Police Department. A couple items I wanted to touch on was last week we did a wildcatting operation in San Ysidro. Wildcatting is basically illegal transportation companies that are giving rides up north to areas, to Central Valley, up to Fresno, different areas. We were able to impound the vehicle with a civil assessment attached to it. We were working with the Public Utilities Commission on this, and they're facing approximately $3,000 in fines. We haven't been able to do, as a police department, do operations like we used to do, just because of our staffing. But we're hoping this is little baby steps that we can try and make it safer for the community to be able to direct themselves to legal transportation as opposed to the illegal transportation wildcatters, which they don't have any, they have no permits, they don't do inspections, no background checks. So that's why we want to steer everybody away from those. Next item is going to be, so in the news, it's been quite a bit, pretty prominent in the news in regards to the immigration and what ICE is doing going around different areas throughout the country. I just wanted to reiterate to the public that law enforcement, us here in California, San Diego Police Department, we don't get directly involved with any kind of immigration operations. We are, by state law, we cannot get involved in that. Know that we might respond, you might see us on TV there, but the reason we're there is maybe because things have gotten out of hand and the public or maybe ICE has requested our assistance in regards because of whatever's going on at that moment. So we might respond, but know that we're not there. We're there to keep the peace, make sure everybody's safe, and not there to do any kind of immigration enforcement. That's not our main purpose. We want to be available to the public. Doesn't matter what your status is here in California, we're here to serve all the people. Also, it's a little disheartening what's seen on TV with the involvement that the public gets directly involved physically with some of these operations. Just know that these ICE agents have a job to do. I would recommend the public not get themselves involved physically in a situation like that, because it's just going to make it a more dangerous situation, and potentially, might get arrested depending on what happens. So I definitely recommend not getting involved physically or trying to, stop their operation on that, just for your safety. Also, we had a National Night Out. Was last week, also on Tuesday. It was a great event. We had approximately 2,500, 3,000 individuals at South Bay Rec Center. We appreciate the public coming out. Promotions have taken place. We have 3 detectives that are going to be were newly promoted at Southern Division. 1 sergeant who is leaving us to Northern Division, and 2 of those detectives are going to stay at Southern Division. Regarding the occupied vehicles, the motorhomes. So we used to be able to enforce those here at Southern Division. What's happened is that there was a lawsuit that was filed against the city of San Diego Police Department because of the occupied vehicles. And the city and the individuals that were suing us came to an agreement, okay, instead of carrying it out into trial and everything. And the agreement was that there would be certain steps that we would have to take in order to be able to address the inhabited vehicles. Okay, so basically those steps are that we will. There are laws in place that we can address them, but because of this lawsuit, we can only address them only if there's a safe parking in close proximity to the area, which here at Southern we do not have one. Okay, we've been working on one. I've been trying to work with Council of District 8 to see if we can get one, because if we don't have that to offer them, then we cannot do enforcement. Okay, us as a division, we cannot do enforcement. The enforcement is actually done by our neighborhood policing division, just to make sure that they abide by the agreement of the lawsuit, the agreement they came up with. I still recommend that you put it, file complaints at the Get It Done app. Okay, and I know it's kind of frustrating, but we're hoping things will start working through, and we're able to do more enforcement on that.
Under that app, because I've done the complaint, but they keep saying that the vehicle moved. So as long as it moves 3 feet.
Well, because the thing is that right now the only enforcement they can do on it is a 72-hour violation. Do I have to stop or can
I'm learning, I'm testing this.
I?
If you can finish that thought, and then y'all can go in private to discuss it.
Okay.
But I think it's for the whole.
Oh, yeah.
Ysidro.
Can we ask a question?
I'll give y'all 3 minutes for questions, okay? Yes.
Okay, so,
So 72 hours, we can do that. The problem is that they move them. They know, they move them
But
at
my,
a
my,
tenth of
my
a mile.
concern is not the vehicle itself. It's the aspect and basically it's a time bomb. You don't know if you see the persons that are inside those motorhomes,
Believe me,
and we got kids, that's what concerns me.
we understand, okay, but right now, we're bound by this.
Yeah, yo, I'm not blaming you, yeah.
No, I know. It's frustrating to us because I was personally doing a lot of enforcement on those. And my hands are tied now because I can't go out and, when I get these complaints from the community, I can't go out and do the enforcement. So yeah, it's a difficult situation, but hopefully it'll work its way through. If you just give me a second, let me go through my, a couple other things that I have. Abandoned vehicles regarding Cottonwood too. So Cottonwood, I know I've tried, many times trying to get, part of that painted red. And so it's a little bit wider and a little bit safer, but it's very difficult. So hopefully you have more luck.
But they don't respect the red.
Well,
I turned in a get it done report, and half of the car was in the red, and the part that the back tire was up against the edge of my driveway, but then the fender of behind the tire, that was in my driveway. I couldn't get in and out. I paid to have that painted red because I have a handicap ramp, and they don't even respect that.
The San Diego Police Department, technically, that's not our main priority is parking enforcement, but we do that. Our parking enforcement officers are the ones that are charged and tasked with that. So yeah, just continue doing the complaints and hopefully they'll address them. And I spend time on Cottonwood and I do enforcement there and I tow vehicles. I know it's a problem, but there's a lot of problems like that throughout the city too. So
It's real quick. Is there like a number we can call like a private towing company without getting the police involved?
not if it's on a city street. It's gotta
Also,
be,
you
it's
still
gotta
need
be
a.
a police officer to do it, yeah. If it was on private property, then you'd be able to do that.
Well, it's blocking the driveway. I think
Yeah,
that's
well, we
private
can tow it, but it had to be, you couldn't just call a private company. They won't tow it anyways.
so, we all know that in Otay Mesa, they got rid of all the junk yards, all the auto parts yards. But on the end of Sunset Boulevard, when you come down Hollister, you can't miss it. They have a yard there, and Sunset, the road easement goes through. They're even on the city easement. Stacks of parted cars. There's tow trucks coming in, bringing in disabled cars. And it seems like, in the zoning of that area, it's a disaster.
They have a permit. I know there was an auction there.
Okay, that's.
There was an auction there that was leaving their vehicles and I contacted them and I haven't been there for a while. They took care of that, but there is a legal tow yard there that is, that's.
All right.
Let's move to the next item. Thank you so much for your time, and I know everyone has questions, y'all can talk in private, but I also want to respect the people's times. Thank you so much, everybody, for your comment. Lucero doesn't seem to be here. Giancarlo had a personal emergency, so he couldn't make it. Now, I don't know if someone from Paloma Seguirre's team is here. If not, what about Steve Padilla's office? Yes, do you want to introduce yourself and give 5 minutes of updates?
Hi, everyone. I'm Artemis. I'm the NEA district reps for Senator Cipadilla's office. Talking on immigration, we have a Know Your Rights forum next Monday from 6 p.m. to 7:30 with the Mexican consulate, ACLU, and DOJ. I'm just going to be bringing that information if anybody's interested. The legislature is in session until 18th. And once we come back, we're going to be working on some important bills, some including AI safeguards for the chat box. So basically what that's going to look like is legislation for whenever anybody in ChatGPT, for ChatGPT or any other like OpenAI, to tell the users, like just FYI, this is AI. It's kind of like a reminder. And then we're also working on protecting ratepayers from increasing energy costs. And another one on establishing the California Latino Commission. So there's just a few of those that we're working on, and if anyone's interested in the seminar on Monday, I'll send you the info.
Thank you so much. Any questions from the audience?
Can you send them an update so you can submit to the?
Yeah, of course.
Mr. Gonzalez, you have a
Yeah, I
question?
have a question for John. Is there any way you can help us? On the last meeting, we had an issue about an apartment complex trying to be built right here in San Ysidro. And supposedly they're still waiting on funding on the state.
What's
So-
the apartment complex?
What's the name of the
MTS.
MTS? Well, that's the transport, they own the property.
They own the
But
property.
yeah, but the company is trying to build an apartment complex with not sufficient parking. And supposedly they haven't done it because they're still waiting on the state approval. And that's thing I know, he's our senator,
Yeah,
and he hasn't done, so can he help us out on stopping that?
I'll definitely look into it and get back to you.
Also, there wasn't no record of San Ysidro putting a complaint?
We're gonna formalize this today.
The address is 4055 Fire.
4/5 Fire. I'll definitely look into it.
I appreciate it, thank you. And hopefully he can at least answer, because I've sent a whole bunch of emails, and he doesn't answer.
I'll
Yeah.
definitely, okay, no worries.
I'll give you my name so you can,
What's your name?
Miguel Gonzalez.
Okay, of course.
Any other questions? No, we're gonna move forward. Just quick, Mr. Gonzalez, we sent a letter to Alvarez and Vivian Moreno, not to Mr. Padilla. So,
I think that he has a senator, that's a bigger pool, I think.
now we're gonna move, Liliana, thank you so much for being here. Time is up.
Okay, thank you, everyone. As always, we can help with state-related issues. The California State Legislature is currently in summer recess. They go back next week. And the assembly member will be hosting a college fair on November 15th at Southwest High School. I'll bring the flyers with the registration link once it's ready, and I invite you to share with any high school students you know. It's always good for them to start thinking about college and their future. And then we did receive a request from the planning group on inviting the assembly member to come to a planning group meeting. Thank you for the invitation. The assembly member did respond that he would prefer to have meetings on a one-on-one setting. As this allows for conversations to be tailored to the specific concerns of every individual. So if anyone's interested in that, please let me know. We're happy to help schedule the meetings and arrange a location, set up a location. Yes, and so yeah, feel free to let me know if you have any questions.
What is the date of the college seminar thing?
November 15th, Saturday, November 15th.
Okay.
And I'll bring the flyers once they're ready.
All right, okay.
Yes.
So if there's a group of people, is she gonna make a meeting for every individual?
We can, I will discuss that
Because-
with him as well.
Because that's the issue, that they want him here so that everybody could ask questions at a time so he could answer. You know, so I mean, everybody that's here is interested, so if you're gonna make a meeting for every person, I think it's be kind of hard. I don't think he has the time.
I'll let him know of that concern, and I'll come back with a response, or I'll email Christian.
Also a suggestion that I have, perhaps maybe we can coordinate like a town hall where kind of we will, we have to come to agreement, right? But maybe we can help you like, schedule a separate town hall and maybe have one-on-ones, but also like everybody's at the same time. So it's like, I guess easier, because I agree with him that we have like one-on-ones, it might be too hard. And also more, a lot of people have similar concerns, so it
Yes,
might be redundant.
yes, and I'll let him know of the concerns, and I'll get back to you.
So I have a comment regarding that, the same thing. In a town hall, we get to hear him speaking, but I feel like in a planning committee, it's certain, like, the part, certain things that he needs to hear, it's like a different kind of meeting. So in my personal, a town hall, when I work for questions that people in this meeting might have. So to me, there's a difference on meetings. And also, regarding Southwestern College, there's no signal there. I tried to register and there's no signal in that school. So I don't understand how other students are enrolling, because they don't really help me in that school. I was there, I've been there, and I'm like, you just can't log in, and they say there's no signal, so
And
I don't know,
Southwest?
the one down here in San Ysidro.
Or
So,
Southwest?
Southwestern.
Southwestern, okay.
so just a comment because I don't understand how people are doing it and there's no signal.
Okay.
And it's a school.
Yeah, I will take down,
When you mean one-on-ones, at his office, so he's gonna come down, or we have to drive up
here, it
there?
would be like at a location, like a coffee shop.
So can we like, I can set him up and bring him here?
I wasn't saying
Make sure he brings lunch.
Yeah.
Oh, he did it last year, no, right before the.
It's not
people had
election
a
time,
vote
it's
at
not
the
election
library.
time, yeah, when it comes to
That's-
election, trust me.
Let's turn back to conversation. Any other questions? Perfect.
Not for her, but just a real quick comment. I was just gonna ask, going forward, are we gonna be limited as public, representatives to 5 minutes at all the meetings? Because in the 15 years that I've been doing this, our time has never been limited. And the only reason I say is because it's an opportunity for public officials to really get since we have the public here, to be able to kind of get a little back and forth. It doesn't normally go very long. Sometimes there are topics that will go a little bit longer, but when you're timing us, it just kind of seems like it's kind of puts pressure on the public, because I think they also have questions and then something else pops up. And if we're doing things offline, which is great afterwards, but some questions could be answered, during the meeting. So I don't know if you would reconsider, taking that away.
No, thank you so much. I'm still learning and I know that some people are like, oh, the minutes are too long. But if the public and the board prefers that we have these conversations, I'm more than open to not limiting. So yeah, I think, does anybody have any opposition with not limiting the public officials? Then we're gonna proceed.
Christian, I have a question or suggestion. The last time that we had a meeting with Mr. Alvarez, we have to be writing down the questions, and when we got there, we didn't know about it. So the person that they didn't write the questions, we were ignored. So my suggestion is that he keeps an open mind to accept also the questions from the persons that are in the community, and they're just gonna go like this and ask a question. Because it is just writing, and then we get a little bit late, or we got distracted, and we didn't know about it. What happened? We were ignored. As simple as that. He was in front of us, we were like this, he would not allow us to ask any question. It's not you, don't kill the messenger, but that's what happened last time. So he has to keep an open mind. I'll appreciate it if you can mention that.
yes, thank you.
May I make a suggestion for that? Can he send out a pre-question link? Yes, and that way he already knows what the main questions are, if he could prepare for those, but also open Q&A. And that would be a hybrid, and I think that would be, everybody would be happy.
Just one thing, if it could be like a 2 or 3 hour meeting, because those 1 hours are not working. 2, 3, 4 hours.
Any more questions?
I agree with what the officer said.
Oh.
That he should get more time, because basically he has a lot of answers from the questions we have. And if we stop him, basically it's useless for him to be here if he's not gonna answer our question. So I think he should have the representative should have an open time, no limit.
Thank you so much for the feedback. And
People like me, cut them off, 3 minutes. I'll go on. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for the feedback, and let's do that from now on. So any other questions, or are we gonna move forward? Oh, Annie?
I just got a comment.
Uh-huh.
So, when Mr. Gonzalez saying it's kind of true, we did the 101. We did a town meeting, and when you do a town meeting, you also can direct the questions and have everything you want. You don't have to let the president do what they want. As well as you can do a planning committee with the group that you're gonna do it, or with the representative, and together you come together, how long, what questions are gonna be asked, or if there's any questions, there are no limit. So you can control also the meeting. Doesn't have to be that they're gonna say, oh, this is not gonna answer, that's it. No. There's stuff you can open it to. But you gotta put those narratives in. That way he knows what he's coming to. And don't get me wrong, he's gonna come into a firing squad, because Either way, it's gonna be what they don't like what he says. And that's his job as a public official. So we did it with Tom Gloria. He got attacked. You bad. You wanna know what, this is what you want, this is what your community you are fighting for? Well, come on. So don't ever think you can't have an open meeting or anything like that without you putting the rules too.
Thank you.
Put him there.
You wanna say something too, Ysidro?
Like I said, we put him there, so he should be able to answer all of the questions of all the people that would have.
Thank you. So let's coordinate, maybe we can collaborate and we can ask the questions or something like that. If that's, yeah. Anybody else? And then we're gonna proceed to, items, to 4B. I just have a quick update, as Viviana mentioned. Mr. Alvarez agreed to the meeting. Our council member, Vivian Moreno, hasn't given us a response, and that's, Mr. Arredondo suggested write an official letter, didn't respond, so I did draft a letter, which I hope that we approve we approve this meeting. Also, another quick update I wanted to give y'all, I know we passed a resolution for the Willow Bridge. I wanted to let y'all know that yesterday, I don't know if Mr. Lacara can confirm, there was a lot of police officers that removed a lot of unsheltered people, and so I think there has been an improvement, so I just wanted to let y'all know that at least I'm seeing a change because of the letter. And yeah, now we're gonna move to item number 5. We have vacancy. So in quick summary, basically, we are missing one person, yes?
We're gonna do item 4C.
Oh, I am so sorry. Yes, item 4C. Any board member has any updates?
Yeah, really quick, based on some of the comments and back and forth for the last couple of meetings, I thought it was crazy, so I went back and did some recreational reading. If you Google San Ysidro Community Plan, just put that in there, and you'll go to the San Ysidro Community Plan page. It's got our community plan document. It's got a specific area plan for the historic village, and it's got all the associated studies and all the tables and all the graphs and all that good stuff. The things that I think that are going to be pertinent to the questions that have been asked here are section C, which is mobility. The mobility element in the plan group and the community plan includes bike lanes. It includes the entire border Bayshore bike lane with class 1 bike lanes and also class 1 bike lanes in other areas. That means we didn't just approve that area, there's other ones. It includes roundabouts. It includes 4 different roundabouts. It includes the one-way streets for Cottonwood and Smythe. It includes a bunch of stuff. So these things Vivian Moreno didn't wake up one morning and say, I want to do this to mess with people. This was even before the Bayshore border Bayshore got approved. This is a 5-year document.
2016.
Yep, approved in late 2016. So it's there. That means that those kind of documents that we spent a lot of time approving and time, money, reports. I think people said nobody did an engineering or nobody did that. It's all there. And then there's a second section that I think is pertinent, which is 10. It's implementation. It's how do we get these things done? Who pays for it? What gets prioritized? What goes first? What doesn't go first? Also, it's in there. How you can't just take money from a Sandag project and put it over here, or take money from over here and put it over there. It's not the way it works. But it's all there. And I realized I think there was some board members also that hadn't read that for public. It's there. It's available. I checked the links. They all work. So I encourage you all to use it.
What is it called again?
The San Ysidro Community Plan.
Just Google it.
Just Google it. It's the first page.
Mr. Ortiz?
Yeah, I just wanted a personal comment, since I don't know if we're doing this later on, that this is gonna be my last meeting at the community. I'm leaving Casa Familiares next Friday, 15th. So Casa's going to, I guess, this is a Casa seat, is not Goyo. So they'll be communicating with you, who can represent on a future date for that.
Thank you for, can we give thank you for your support. Thank you, Mr. Ortiz. Any other board member wants to give a quick update? No? Then we're gonna move to, item five. Now we have an appointment, we have a vacancy, so we're gonna appoint someone. So the way that it's gonna work is, any member of the public can, join the planning group. The way that it's gonna work is that you're gonna have, the opportunity to give a little speech for people to get to know who you are, why you're interested in the position. And then the only ones that are gonna be voting is the board members. We're gonna have two paper, and then we're gonna do it, two paper. Okay, so you can nominate someone else, or you can nominate yourself. So, the only requirements is that you live in San Ysidro, which is basically the 92173, zip code, or that you, own a property, or that you're a business person that operates in San Ysidro, right? So I'm gonna open the door for nominations. Does anybody wanna nominate someone else, or wanna nominate themselves?
I wanna nominate Silvana.
You wanna nominate Silvana? Do you accept the nomination, or do you deny the nomination?
When is this gonna happen?
Right now.
Oh, right now.
Yes.
Tenía made a presentation about you, your business, Ysidro. Come on.
Do you accept, or do you?
And how can you guys,
Once a month, the second Wednesday of the month at 5:30.
okay.
So do you accept? You have one nomination. Olga, you were gonna nominate someone else?
Yes, ma'am.
Manny, okay, so Manny, do you accept the nomination, or do you deny the nomination? You accept the nomination. Kenya, do you want to nominate someone?
I nominate this gentleman here.
Mr. Gonzalez, do you accept? Or do you Ricardo? Okay, so you accept the nomination. Anybody else wants to nominate someone or nominate themselves?
I would also like to nominate, Albert.
Do you accept the nomination? Okay. One last count. Any more nominations? 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. No more nominations.
How many people was it?
4, right? So Ricardo, Silvana, Manny. So I know you. I for you. Albert. Okay. Yes. So. Ricardo, Silvana, Albert, and Manny. So let's start with the person that nominated. They're gonna nominate it first. So Silvana, you have 3 minutes to present yourself and why you are interested in running for office. Good.
Well, hi everyone, my name is Ivana Alanis, and I'm from the Great Complex Islands. I've been here like 8 years already on the community. I know lately it's been making a lot of changes here in San Ysidro, and we want all the best for everyone here. And I'm here to support and help in any way. So I would love to help, and that will be my only reason I was doing this work. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much, Silvana. Now the next person that was nominated was the second person?
Manny.
Manny. Yes. So Manny, you have the drill. Yeah. You have 3 minutes starting now. The first year.
My name is Manuel Lopez Jr. Been here for 7 years. Lived here, went to school here, was raised here. Pretty much you see what the community is about. I'm in different committees. I'm just here to help if any way I can, make the community better. Not out of the county, tell that. So whoever you want, you pick. I'm just here to help. So if I can, I will. Thanks, that's all I got.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lopez. Albert, the floor is yours now.
My name is Albert. We've been in the community 5 years. We're at Black Box Gallery. We're right in the grocery alley, shopping center. We just did our 5-year anniversary. We did like a block party. So what we want to do is just kind of call out for more attention to that side of San Ysidro. Ever since the Chaparral got built, a lot of these businesses are just dying. So we just want to keep on producing a lot more flow there of customers and eyes and attention. So, and also beautiful items. So, I mean, that's all I have to say. I didn't know I was going to get nominated today, so.
Thank you so much. And then, Mr. Martinez, your floor is yours.
¿Hay un problema si lo digo en español?
No, but some people might not understand you.
Pero no es nuestra traductora.
So is there a problem if we speak in English or in Spanish?
Muy buenas tardes a todos mis vecinos. Yo soy Ricardo Martínez. Soy residente aquí de la zona desde que nací. Ya tengo 19 años. Me gradué de Southwest High School. Ahorita trabajo con Casa Familiar y me presento a ustedes como candidato para la mesa directiva del grupo de planeación de la ciudad de San Isidro. ¿Y por qué? Yo estudio y trabajo con muchos en nuestra comunidad y a pesar de todo, responsabilidad, le dedico tiempo a este espacio. Y conocemos bien la razón. Nos están arruinando. Y los que están más mayores sabrán que nos están arruinando desde hace tiempo. Y reconozco bien el sentimiento de frustración que vivimos aquí en San Isidro. Por eso compito por esta posición, porque quiero resolver nuestra situación. He tenido larga experiencia en organizaciones, tanto locales como estatales, gracias a mis estudios en college. Y lo que debemos hacer, creo yo, es organizarnos, incrementar nuestros números, informar a nuestros vecinos de ser responsables a nuestros políticos. Y ahí les va. Yo soy actualmente delegado de San Diego City College y reconozco el proceso que es escribir, revisar y enviar resoluciones para nuestros representantes. Asimismo, sé y he organizado eventos para un gran público anteriormente. Lo que yo tengo en mente, primero, es tener un taller para nuestros vecinos y enseñarles a hacer reportes a nivel que lo hace la polla. Eso es lo que ofrezco yo para San Isidro. Gracias.
Thank you everybody so much for nominating yourself. It's a lot of courage. Whatever happens, because we only have one spot, I want everybody to continue getting involved. I wish we had more seats. But thank you everybody. Now the board is gonna proceed to vote. So the way it's gonna work is that we're gonna pass you a piece of paper. You do your vote, and then we're gonna do the counting. So does everybody have a piece of paper? So the first speaker was Silvana. Okay, the second speaker was Manny Lopez Jr., right? The third speaker was, what's your last name?
Es Elber González.
Elber. Elber or Elber?
Elber González.
Con Elber. Con E? And then we had Ricardo Martinez. Okay, so here we go, your piece of paper. Oh, pues déjenme.
Bueno, el que salga primero.
Did everybody cast their vote? Yeah, so Ms.
Oh, they're still going on? You guys still casting your vote?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are done?
So the secretary, Ms. Palestino, can you do the honors?
One for Albert. One for Susana, I think they meant Silvana, right? Okay, one for Manny. Another one for Miss Silvana. Another one for Manny. Another one for Martinez. Is that the Ricardo Martinez? Another one for Silvana. Another one for Albert. Another one for Ricardo or Martinez. Another one for Miss Ivana. Another one for Miss Ivana. And another one for Albert, sorry. Another one for Silvana. And another one for Ricardo.
So, Ms. Silvana Alanis, you have been elected. Thank you for everybody else that participated. Please continue getting more amazing people. And I'm sorry we only have one seat, but thank you so much, Silvana, and for Ms. Alanis. You're part of the board, so you want to grab a chair? They want to grab a chair and sit over here. And yeah, now we're gonna move to the next item. We have a presentation by board member Castañeda.
This is your chair.
Yeah.
Here.
You send me, Mrs. Castañeda. Adriana, you send me a presentation, right? Thank you so much.
I'll come over here to get out of the way.
Was it design and use of architecture?
Okay, this one I am gonna have to. So I'm gonna start with a little blurb. My name's Adriana Castañeda. I'm a resident of Ysidro, and I want to talk about two urgent connected concerns that I have. Community safety and the over concentration of low-income housing in San Ysidro. I think it's imperative that we address this issue. Go up a little bit. Our neighborhood has carried more than its fair share of affordable housing. While we absolutely support housing for all, nothing wrong with having housing. However, housing for all, not fair and healthy for everybody or one community. We can't expect to absorb such a high percentage of all these housing that's coming onto San Ysidro. It needs to be distributed evenly amongst different communities. Impact is visible. We're seeing increase of crowding in the streets, which has been happening already for a long time. Actually, best said, they're bringing in additional housing to a community that's already crowded. Strained infrastructure, lack of parking, fewer services per resident, and the safety concern is real. We need a balanced approach of where affordability, housing, and equity shared across all the cities, and where development includes real investments for safety, parks, schools, and transportation. They just can't come and dump all these housing on us and then just say, hey, you guys deal with the aftermath with however you can. See, so anyways, I'm just making this just to kind of like give everybody, pay attention, just to give attention of what balanced growth should be. Because everybody just comes and say, hey, here's more stuff, and here's more stuff. But they never say, okay, here's the balanced side of it. Okay, go ahead, next slide is fine. So sustainable growth, it's meeting housing needs while preserving the community's well-being. And it's very quick, so go to the next one. San Ysidro has approximately 28 to 30,000 people. The median income is between $50,000 and $80,000 for the average person. It also depends on what statistics you see. And the average household is about 4 people. 92% of the population is Latino and Spanish speaking. Next one. Let's start to see what balanced growth looks like. It looks like affordable housing, community-led planning, not developer-led planning, investments in infrastructure. What are the risks that go unchecked when growth is not balanced? The results are resident displacement, loss of culture, and overloaded infrastructure. Our next one. Another thing that balanced growth looks like is respecting the community voices, which is essential for sustainable development. Exploring alternatives promotes respect for local culture in addition to safety and long-term positive impact for the community where housing is being built. Involving the community strengthens the social cohesiveness and the trust of any development. Next one. Go ahead and skip to the parking issues. I was gonna translate it, but we have a translator today. Another hot topic is parking issues. Increased congestion, parking shortages generates discord amongst neighbors. Any of you have had issues with fighting with your neighbors over parking, or you're upset because they block their driveway or the parking with trash cans, or they have a parking and they go and park elsewhere? Believe it or not, it creates a lot of conflict even within neighborhoods. So once peaceful neighborhood may be full of conflict simply just for the parking issues themselves. So when they come and tell you, oh, parking's not a big issue, just transportation, no, it goes deeper than that.
Next slide.
No, actually, you could stay in that one. Overloaded utilities, traffic, road wear and tear, and increase in maintenance costs. If you can't come and say, hey, I'm gonna pile up another 1,000 units of people and say nothing's gonna be done to infrastructure or response or any type of support that the community needs. Next one. When you grow, go to the next one. When you grow the community in such a rapid time frame, you have challenges with emergency services. We'll see longer response times, pressure on the current resources that we have, and public safety risks. I see it all the time. San Ysidro Boulevard, any time like after 8 o'clock, who knows? You won't be surprised on what happens if it goes on out there. Okay, go to the next one.
Next slide.
I think we need a couple of slides. But anyways, just the last slide was the challenges. Rising crime. We do have a potential of gang recruitment. We know gang recruitment is an issue in San Ysidro. So I feel like that's a subject that a lot of times it's ignored or not even brought up. I don't know if it's taboo, but definitely something that we need to keep in mind as we're building and growing in San Ysidro. And limits on police force. I'm sure a lot of the resources could attest that the city is growing really rapid and the resources aren't being allocated properly for the size that San Ysidro is growing into. So that, I just wanted to share, like I said, just awareness that balanced growth should be a combination between the city where the growth is taking place and the developers. It's not welcome, it's not wanted here. Just be done responsibly.
And you have the other side too, right?
Yes.
We're done with this one?
Yes, I'm done with this one. And then another thing I want to bring up, if I can just have a couple of extra minutes. I know there was in February, there was a motion, this was before I started here, to propose a community engagement subcommittee. I would like to bring it alive. I would like to bring it in here. There's so much that needs to be done and we can't do it in the planning meetings. There's so many ideas. I look at the board and honestly, my respects to each and every single one of you. I look at the people that come regularly and attend the meetings. My respects to each and several one of you. We have people from homemakers, we have people to very high ranking professionals. And my respects that you even take the time to make a presence and make your voice heard. I think with the engagement committee, not only as board members, but as residents, we could make things happen. We could grab the attention. I know we're asking a lot of like the representatives, do this, do this, do this. If we had a subcommittee, we would have a little bit more time to elevate some of that stuff and not kind of have it go on the back burner. Next one. So the committee formation builds strong relationships. It invites culture diversity, engaged local leaders, and inclusive formation within the community. Next one. basically, there's a couple of things and opportunities here that we have. I know I had been discussing about maybe potentially doing meetups for the community, where we could actually go to the different areas in San Ysidro and not have everybody come here. And it could be something simple. It doesn't have to be all the board members. It could be just you, a little tent, a little table, just hand out information and say, hey, we're gonna be out here if anybody wants to come and ask questions or have a conversation. And we just, couple of parks, we have the Coral, it's in the Coral. The Larson Field, we have the Howard Park, we have the Dairy Mart Park, we have the one by the pool area, the Smythe, we have Civic Center, and we could alternate. I feel like people will come out if we're close to their homes or their side of San Ysidro, where sometimes people don't want to drive all the way across. So although in our minds, San Ysidro is still small, it is not small. It's from that end all the way to that end, to that end, and that end. So I feel if we make ourselves a little bit more accessible, we could grow the attendance as well. And then again, bringing together local arts, music, and promoting community pride. I always say, let's make San Ysidro a place we're proud to call home. Yes, there are other communities, but why not us? Why not us? That was it. So, I'm not as prepared as I should have been. Anybody have questions?
I don't have a question, so I just,
Just kidding.
that presentation should have been done when the young lady from Steve Padilla was here and.
I can send it to her and I can
because-
actually reach out to her.
Yeah, because it seems like when we complain, they're not getting the point.
You see, that's why I feel like the subcommittee is important. We honestly, we have really good and such a diverse board that I feel is very successful. I mean, we all have strengths in different areas. We all have very commitments in different areas, and between everybody, it would be a great balance.
Like I said, that's a good presentation.
Yeah, and not only that, I invite you guys to attend and be part of the subcommittees.
So, sorry.
Go ahead.
So I also go to the Nestor Planning Group, and they are facing the same, there's a board just like this, and they're talking about the same things you are. And one of the things about a month ago that they had in front of them was the Sandag wanted for them to accept the whole community's plan. And so Sandag was giving $1.5 million to the city of San Diego to foster what road improvements that are in the community plan, like you were speaking of, that is Sandag. And so